I'm going to call the February 19th meeting of the West Des Moines City Council to order and invite you all to join us, stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I think I almost broke my gavel on that one.
Yeah, and about our ears.
Okay, please sign in.
Four members present.
Okay, Ryan, have there been any changes to the agenda?
There is one change. We've removed item 7A, Cross Creek preliminary plat, at the request of the applicant. Staff anticipates that that item will be brought back at a future council meeting.
Okay, can I get approval of the agenda as amended?
Move for the remainder of the agenda.
Second.
Okay, please vote.
4 yes.
Okay, item 2, Citizens Forum. Anybody in the audience that would like to address the council on anything that is not either part of new business or public hearings, please come forward over here to the podium. Give us your name and address for the record. We'd ask that you keep it 5 minutes or less and that you keep it civil and respectful. Is there anybody first in the chamber that would like to address the council for Citizens Forum? Okay, I'm seeing no movement here. Anybody online that would like to address the council on Citizens Forum? If so, please hit star and 6, not the pound, but star 6 to unmute yourself. Give us your name and address for the record. Try to give a little extra time for people struggling to find the star. Okay, I'm hearing no one. We're going to move on to item 3, Mayor, Council, Manager Report, Other Entities Update. And we have got the Youth Justice Initiative here, YJI, with us today. So we are going to have a report. Yeah. Okay, so with that, we will have YJI come up here to the podium. And if you want to start out by just giving us your name and address for the record, if you could.
Okay. My name is Samira Farrar, and I'm here to talk about the lasting impacts YJ has had on my life. Hi everyone. Hope everyone has had a chance to enjoy this weather today. My name is Samira Farrar, and I'm a student at Drake University and a 2021 graduate of Valley High School.
Go Bulldogs.
I come here today, and as everyone else who will come up with me, to talk about how much of an impact YJ has had on our lives. I started coming to study table my senior year of high school, which I honestly think for me was one of the most important years of my life. I was juggling 7 AP classes and college applications while also trying to figure out if I wanted to retake my ACTs. Fall 2020, my siblings told me about a program that met twice a week where they got homework help and were provided Chick-fil-A meals. From the very first visit, I encountered a community of incredible individuals who dedicated their time to making a difference. YJ not only became a sanctuary for academic support, but also fostered connections with inspiring people. Their support played a pivotal role in navigating the challenges of that critical year. YJ left a lasting imprint both on my academic and personal journey. It was a source of valuable college advice given to me by both Jennifer and Irving, and assistance in navigating the challenges of those courses I was taking that year. It was helping me figure out how the FAFSA worked, and when I was lost with the process of applying to colleges, as a first-generation college student, they were there to listen and help with the process. When I needed advice on potential careers, they were also there. The amazing staff even helped me with prom, from Jen Mary tailoring my dress to Jennifer helping me with my makeup. The study table is more than those Tuesday and Thursdays we spent time there. They make a commitment to supporting students across various facets of their lives. What sets this program apart is the enduring impact it has had not only on my educational existence, but also on the continued support provided to my siblings over the past 4 years. Their extended support has fostered a sense of community within our family, creating a supportive network that goes beyond individual students. I've seen my siblings become more involved in school and take pride and take pride in their grades. My siblings participated in both the Monday programs that they have and their summer programs. They are there to listen to any problems they have, and they make sure that everybody who attends the study table and any of these programs, that their voices are heard. I'll let Damien go up next to talk about what the impact YJI has had in his life.
Hello, my name is Damien, and I'm a graduate of YJI. Coming into YJI, I had a GPA of 0.04, which was one of the worst GPAs they had ever seen. I attended study table twice a week, which gave me the support I needed to get back on track, and at the end of my sophomore year, I had a 3.5 GPA, and I got an academic letter. I still continue to go back because I would not be where I am now without them, and I still continue to speak today. And if it wasn't for their love and support, I would not have what I have now. I had the chance to become part of the Public Safety Cadets, which is the uniform I'm wearing right now. It is a very great opportunity to help me on my path to becoming a police officer. And after high school, I plan on attending college for culinary and then becoming a police officer, hopefully with the city of West Des Moines. And I have YJI to thank for that because I would not have any of it if I did not get into this program. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Maggie May Marie Thomas. Today I'm here to talk about YJI. The first thing I'm going to talk about is summer program. Summer program is a place where you can have fun and go on field trips like fishing, roller skating, and the church. Honestly, if summer program wasn't happening, I would be sitting home on my couch being bored as ever. My Monday program is a place where I can learn from people and staff from Jan Marie. Jan Marie tells me about places and animals that I haven't seen. She told me this one story about how women and men couldn't sit next to each other. Then I'm going to be talking about study table. Study table is a place where I can study, get all my work done, and where I can eat food that I don't need, but I'm still grateful.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Flores Ramos. I'm from Western Hills Elementary and I attend 5th grade. I have participated with YJI in multiple ways. YJI has taught me responsibility and has brought me new friendships. First, I've done the YJI summer program at Chapel Ridge West. My favorite part is going on field trips like the zoo trip and a sports outing to Recplex. It also gave me something to do in the summer. Secondly, I have participated in YJI Monday program. My favorite part of the Monday program is how Jean Marie teaches us about unique topics like the moon and volcanoes. Finally, I participate in YJI study table on Tuesdays and Thursdays nights, where we get a hot meal and help completing our homework. YJI has helped me bring new things.
Hello everyone, I hope everything is going well. My name is Abuk Madit and I have been participating in YJI since the 5th grade. I've attended study table, summer adventures, and even worked for Teen Tech. Without YJI, I would not be where I am or the person I am today. Study table sets aside 2 hours of both my Tuesdays and Thursdays, giving me time to study, receive help from our kind volunteers, socialize, all with a warm meal just in case that would not have been provided for me. Irving and Jennifer Hahn have done so much for me, such as introduce me to Jody, the student, and introduced me to Teen Tech as my first job, giving me an amazing workplace environment and my first work experience. It warms my heart knowing that this is only possible due to the donations and the help of everyone supporting the program. Thank you so much, and I hope you all continue to support YJI.
Hello, my name is Antonio Cooley, a past YJI graduate. Before YJI, I was smoking and doing nothing with myself. It controlled my life, but since being put on YJI, it has done wonders for me. From seeing the errors in my ways and helping relationships in my life, I have YJI to thank for all of it. Because of YJI, I have not smoked weed, drank, or vaped in over 6 months. Because of family class, the relationships with my family has grown to be better than ever. From sneaking and lying to being open and honest, I did community service, which showed me a good consequence to my actions. It held me responsible for the harm I caused not only in my community, but to my family as well. It has also given me so many opportunities. Hell, look, I'm standing here talking in front of all of you today. I am now a YJA worker. This program has let me build relationships I hope to last a lifetime. So thank you for your time and commitment to us at YJI.
As you guys have just heard, YJI has done a lot for the community. Their emphasis on active engagement, attentive listening, and outreach to students facing difficulties underscores its commitment to addressing each student's unique needs. In essence, this program transcends the conventional role of an academic support system. It has become a supportive family that nurtures dreams and encourages both personal and academic growth. I'm in my junior year of college now, and I still seek advice from the people I met at YGI. My intention in sharing these positive experiences is not just to highlight the program's successes, but to show how much they've changed our lives. Ultimately, this program serves as a shining example of the positive impact that occurs when dedication and genuine commitment to helping students navigate all aspects of their lives.
Okay, anybody else from YJI to speak? No? Okay, then I guess I would just ask if, there's a lot of people here from YJI. This is an amazing program that really identifies kids at risk and helps them with their education, as we've heard tonight. Also helps kids to get a second chance, and it is a phenomenal program. We're lucky to have it in our community. It's supported by the city. It's supported by the West Des Moines Community School District. It's supported by, I believe, United Ways of Iowa as well. And we're lucky to have those partners. And I just want to recognize our superintendent, Matt Adams, Dr. Matt Adams, who's here, huge supporter. So, if everybody could come down, I don't know how we're going to do this, but take a picture with myself and the council right now before you guys head out. Okay, and also, one second, Councilwoman Hardman. Yeah.
I just have to make a comment. I'm almost speechless. You know, I'm looking at you, Jennifer, and you're just in tears. And I know those are tears of such joy where you have seen the impact of the work that you all have done, like Mayor has said, that has really had an impact on people's lives. As I listen to these young people today, they have spoken like almost adults. I mean, I've seen adults come to the dais and they're nervous and whatever, but to hear these young people get up to speak with such confidence and conviction, it's just unbelievable. And the rich diversity of who you help and who you touch and what you all do, it just makes my heart sing. When we talk about Iowa and West Des Moines, I'm going to say West Des Moines, trying to be a city of inclusion and meeting people where they're at, right? This is just what you guys do. You meet people where they are at. And you're saving lives, and you are transforming lives for them to be citizens of this great city or wherever they go. I heard someone say they had a 0 GPA. For you to even get up to acknowledge and say that takes courage. And to end with the 3-point something, 3.7 or 8, 3.5, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it just shows. And I just have to say this because we deal with so much on city council. And it's the humanness of what we experience today that makes our job so much better. You didn't get up and speak, Jennifer. You could have. You allowed the work that you do through the people that you help speak, which spoke volumes. So my hat's off to this organization. I wish it was around when I was younger. I wish it was around. But this is a phenomenal organization that is making lives better in the city of West Des Moines even greater. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much.
Okay, if you're here with YJI, please come down for a picture up front. That includes Irving, who's unsung hero. Irving's got to be in it.
I just want to say that it's thanks to all these amazing people that showed up today that we can do the work we're doing. So I'm really grateful for everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks to you have to get in here.
Okay, this will be in the West Des Moines newsletter tomorrow. Congratulations.
Jody, can I call my mom when you're
Okay, moving on now that we had 3/4 of the room clear out. All right, we're going to move on to Historic Valley Junction Foundation, a presentation from them.
That is a tough act to follow.
It is, but I have faith in you guys.
First, that'd be better.
I have faith in you, though. All right, go ahead, you guys.
Hi, I'm Steve Freevert. I'm the Executive Director of the Historic Valley Junction Foundation.
And I'm Felicia Coe. I'm the president of the foundation and a business owner in the district.
So we're here, as we are usually every February, to kind of give you an update as to where you're at or where we're at. You should all have copies of our freshly minted annual report that Ryan's passing around now. So we're going to just kind of hit some of those highlights for you in a brief presentation, and feel free to ask questions if you have any. Starting at the beginning, we do have a mission statement. We look at our mission statement on an annual basis and revised it slightly last year. So that is the new mission statement for the Historic Valley Junction Foundation. Space or?
Click the mouse.
Nope.
Oh,
There we go. Just slow. There we go.
All right, a little bit about Valley Junction, although I know a lot of you in the room are very familiar with us. But we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we will be celebrating 37 years as a Main Street program. This year, the foundation employs 2 full-time workers, Steve being one of them, and 2 part-time workers. And then along the 5 blocks of our district, we have 150 employers, and that is up. We have a net increase of 12 employers for 2023, and then over 1,200 employees employed in our district, and that is up by 54 full-time and 74 part-time jobs in 2023 alone. So we're really proud of how far we've come as a district in the last year.
We worked that time. Just to give you a very brief overview of some of the stuff that we are up to in 2023, we work very diligently on business and property owner support. And in 2023, that included having 6 different merchant meetings hosted in different businesses within the district. We presented 4 Grow with Google business trainings upstairs at Historic City Hall. That was a partnership with Main Street Iowa and Main Street America. We also offered 2,500 hours, I think it was, in small micro grants to 5 different businesses within the district. So that was on business support and upgrades to make them be more economically successful. In terms of district marketing, we did about $24,000 in marketing just to get people down to the district last year. That included print, radio, television, social media, email marketing, as well as billboards. We always look at district beautification. How can we make Valley Junction a better looking place for visitors and for the people who work and live there? And last year that included, with the partnership with the city, putting up the first Historic Valley Junction Christmas tree in the front of the fire admin building. Looked spectacular. It will look even better this year. It will be even bigger and brighter, is what we were told.
Growing 4 feet.
Yeah, growing 4 feet. Yeah. And also this past year, we swapped out all the roofline lights along 5th Street for LEDs, so it saves about 70 or 80% of the costs to those building owners and business owners in terms of electric usage, and so that worked out great. Also, I always like to highlight our volunteer hours. I think this is the highest number of volunteer hours, certainly that we've recorded in the 3 years that I've been there. 4,473 volunteer hours recorded. I'm sure that is an under-reported number, and in terms of value, that's over $140,000 in volunteer time dedicated to our programs.
If you're familiar with Valley Junction, you know a bunch of our events. It's what people know us for. Our farmers market, our music in the Junction, Jingle in the Junction, Cinco de Mayo. We have 59 free public events that we put on last year for our community, which we're very proud of. We've been using geofencing data, so we've been able to get more accurate information on how many visitors are actually coming to the district each year. And last year we had 1.2 million total visitors to the district. That's 100,000 people more people, there we go, than the previous years. So really great numbers. We had 5,000 people that came into City Hall alone just to talk to us and see what we were about. And of those 1.2 million, 400,000 were unique visitors.
I'll just talk very briefly about online engagement. First and foremost, we revamped our website last year, got a whole new website. The old one was 8 or 9 years old, and it really looked it. Working with a provider recommended to us by Catch Des Moines, we have whole new, very up-to-date looking websites, easily updated. So the business directory looks fantastic. We have video capability. It's compliant across all platforms, so we're very excited about that. Facebook and Instagram followers continues to increase. Also, we do a monthly e-blast to the community members who have signed up for that, and we had 1,000 new people sign up to get that community e-blast last year. So it's a big increase in the number of people who are getting our news.
right. If you've been walking around the junction, you've seen a bunch of the new signs go up, which has been really exciting. In 2023, we had 41 property improvements that were reported to us, some of those being the signs, some of them being interior rehab, some of them being entire new buildings, as a lot of you saw. We also had 7 businesses or properties getting purchased in that last year, and that brings it to a total of, is that over 700,000 in private property investments recorded just to help beautify and keep up the maintenance of our district.
And kind of tagging off of that, one of the things that you probably know, as an accredited Main Street Iowa organization, we make quarterly reports of our economic statistics to the state. So that's why we track things like volunteer hours, private investment in buildings, properties sold, jobs created, that kind of thing. So we know that since 1987, we've recorded over 180,000 volunteer hours, over $50 million in private property improvements, $34 million in private property purchases, and just a shade below $85 million in private property investment since the beginning of our program in 1987. And the size of our district is very small. We're only 40 acres. So I thought, well, let's do a little bit of math fun. And so that comes out to over $2 million of private property investment per acre.
And then I want to talk about a couple of my favorite things that we've done in the last year in the Junction. One, we were voted as the best shopping district for the 3rd year in a row, which, considering all the big shopping districts that are around the metro area, for our mostly locally owned business shopping district to get voted for that 3 years in a row is really an incredible accomplishment that we're very proud of. We also held our first big fundraiser event. Most of our events are our fundraisers because a lot of our funding comes from drink sales. So we wanted to have an independent fundraiser for the sake of raising funds for what we decided to do was a mural. And so we were able to raise $8,000 at that fundraiser last year that's going towards a mural. We have secured a location for that. We are working with property owners and getting ready to do a call for artists. So hopefully we will see that but by the start of event season, Art Fest time. And then we're also investing again in the City Sounds piano. That was just such an amazing addition to our district. Every time it's there in the summer, it adds such a vibrancy that really continues to make our district so unique to I'm going to say just to all of the metro, because it really is. Among many other amazing things and events that we do all year. But those are some of my favorites. Do you all have any questions for us? Anything else, Steve?
Any questions for the Historic Valley Junction Foundation? Either for Steve or Felicia. Okay, go ahead.
Just to thank you for all that you do, because, I mean, the awards and the highlights speak for themselves. So thank you for sharing tonight, and keep it up. I love what you said about it's a small business destination. So I think that's meaningful not only to, of course, the small business owners, but also the people of West Des Moines who have a lot of different options all over the city. But this is a unique option. So thank you for the presentation tonight.
Thank you for saying so.
Anybody else? Councilwoman.
Yeah. I first of all want to say applaud you as well for all the work that this very small team, it's a very small team when you look at the annual report, who they have, and if you look at these numbers and you look at the trending growth and whatnot, you're doing phenomenal, phenomenal things. It is a district all of its own. When you walk in Valley Junction, it is like no other. So you're really creating and continuing to maintain that feel of being somewhere different, with something that has ambiance and all the different kinds of shops and the kinds of things that you go on throughout the year. You're really pulling people in. So keep doing the great work that you're doing. You're doing a great, great job. Love having the Christmas tree this year, so I'm glad that it is a tradition. I thought that brought, all of us were there for the ribbon cutting or the first time you had it, and I thought it brought a lot of people there. So lots and lots of things on Facebook, people posing in front of the tree, getting the word out about Valley Junction, families and kids and all of that. So just love that you're trying to ideate and innovate and create new and different things to stimulate growth. So good job. Love being on your board. You guys do great work.
Thank you so
Councilman
much.
McKinney.
Yeah, I'll echo the comments of my colleagues up here. Thank you for all that you're doing and all the information here. 100,000 new unique visitors to the district over the last year.
Isn't that amazing?
That is stunning. Yeah, absolutely.
That's growth.
So that's just really great to see and great for the community at large to have that happen.
Yes, it is.
There's over the last several years, there's been a lot of work done, and you guys were part of this, and I know Councilwoman Hardman was on the steering committee for the design guidelines, and that's been really important, I think, to this council, to this city, and so I know they're not yet codified, but it's my intent to apply them because we have adopted them. But I think it's important that we continue to push to get those codified and adopted in a manner that no matter what happens, they're going to get applied. So I think that's one thing I'm looking forward to. But as I think about those design guidelines, I also am mindful of, the buildings in the area are historic, and some of them are struggling to be maintained. And so as I read through your mission statement here, talking about preserving and honoring our historic character, I'd welcome any ideas you might have, the foundation might have, on how we can collaborate, how the city or others can play a role in ensuring that we not only have these guidelines in place, but that the integrity of these buildings is maintained in a manner that they don't fall apart. And I have concern about that. It's important to me that we preserve them. But as we, look down the road, I think that's something we need to be mindful of. And so I'd welcome that conversation or ideas if and when you have them.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm glad, excuse me, I'm glad to hear that, with what's happening with 122 Fifth right now, it's top of everybody's mind. We are very, very grateful for the partnership we have with the city, all of your support when it comes to things like funding, the property improvement fund, and regulatory compliance. Not every community is fortunate to have money available to improve private property, and while it might fall on the council to fund that, it kind of falls on us to make sure people take advantage of that, because you're right, a 130-year-old building, it requires maintenance, just like our bodies do, just like our cars do. And so it's really important that if people represent that they love Valley Junction, they love the history, they love the character, then it's kind of on us to make sure we maintain the things that people love, for sure.
Okay, anybody else? I would just ask a question, and that is, I know that a while back we talked about 30 businesses on the waiting list to get into a storefront. Is that waiting list still about 30 businesses?
In the last, we have a lot in the last couple of weeks. In the last 12 months, I've been contacted by, I think, 42, 43 businesses looking for space.
Wow.
I would love to find space for every one of them. And not every one of them is a great fit, especially for Fifth Street. We know we want to keep it retail and restaurant oriented. And we do have some service businesses looking for space. We found space for 6, I think the last I talked about at council was 39 was the number. We found room for 6 of the retailers, which is fantastic. But there were probably 4 or 5 restaurant and bakery and beverage businesses looking for space, and that's where things like the Regulatory Compliance Fund comes into play, because if a building isn't outfitted for that kind of food use or beverage use, they'd have to look somewhere else. So that's why that partnership is super important.
Yeah, and we really appreciate the partnership with you guys as well. I mean, I've said this, I don't know how many times, but Valley Junction is more vibrant than I've ever seen it. It is absolutely hopping. People are flocking to Valley Junction to eat and to shop and to go to different events. One of the 56 different free events that you guys have put on. I mean, I was late to the Christmas tree lighting because I had to park, I think, over in Altoona. I was driving around forever trying to, I'm lazy, trying to get a good parking spot, and I had to park way, way, way away. But I'll have to carpool or take an Uber or something. But you guys are just killing it, and we appreciate everything that you're doing. We have done a lot of work in Valley Junction together, and we are not done yet. we are going to keep going. As you know, we've got the housing program that's going on down there. We've kind of helped revitalize the Main Street. Now we're working on revitalizing some of the houses down there. That program has gone gangbusters with, I don't even know what number we're up to now, people taking advantage of that program and rehabbing their homes. And we're continuing to look at those programs and see how we can revamp them to continue to keep our affordable housing stock affordable and keep the area vibrant with beautiful neighborhoods. And so we're not done yet. We look forward to continuing to work with you guys in the future. So thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
You have some board members that can stand. Vicky is on the board. Vicky, who's on the board? Do you have some board members?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Come on up. Any board members from the Historic Valley Junction Foundation, come on up. Let's take a picture quick.
We know how to do this, okay. We've done this a couple times, here we go, nice, beautiful. Congratulations, that's awesome. Thank you.
As the Sultan Queen, that picture must be All right, with that, we're going to move to council and city manager reports. We're going to start down here to my right with city manager, one of the greatest city managers in the history of the United States, Tom Haddon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. So
You know,
I do have a real
you
quick
earned that and deserve it.
Yeah. Real quick, just on the ever-changing at the Capitol, but I just want to give you a little background here, and you'll be proud of this. We have 8 directors, a couple assistant chiefs who are called up there for different reasons, mostly for giving information. They're not, their work, they do have various associations, but they're more for data, giving data, information, perspective from the city's point on different legislation. And Jamie helps orchestrate this, and I'm very proud that they trust our staff. That's what we want to be. That's what when we talked to the governor last year, we said, we want to continue to be a resource for you, and I think that's what we are doing. So just wanted to hold them up for
sure. We've got a great legislative team. Great team. Okay, with that, moving on to Councilman Hudson.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. 2 quick things. Number one, I know the students are gone, but I have a couple of those students either last year or this year in class. I promised one of them that I would say nothing about this tomorrow in class, so I will honor that promise. But I am impressed by them. I love to see the impact that the organization has on them. I'm especially excited to see the impact that they're going to have on others, though. So I'm really, really grateful for that moment, and thank you to Jen and the entire team, because it truly does take a lot of people volunteering a lot of hours to make a big difference, and they do that. Number 2, everybody at the West Des Moines Magazine came out. All right, if you want to read a short story by Mr. Mayor and Mr. Haddon, take a look on page 3 and page 6. It's a great piece of writing, Mr. Mayor, so take a look. It's in your mailbox, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Hudson. Councilman McKinney.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I guess a couple updates for you. First of all, with respect to the MPO, Manager Haddon, myself, serve on a committee there, and the MPO has gone through a very robust hiring process. We talked about it here, about how the MPO was seeking applicants roughly, 30 or 60 days ago. And just this week, they announced that Dylan Molinex is going to be the next executive director there. So great to have a good leader there at the MPO. He's been interim, and I think he'll serve the community very well. So, and then also I want to let the folks know. I look at maybe the chamber here as well as my colleagues. We had a good development and planning subcommittee this morning. And, I think important issues that could have long-term impacts that we need to evaluate. So, for example, there is a conversation happening where Parks and Rec, I think is very interested in having digital displays at recreational facilities. Signs that would display not just time and temperature, but perhaps who's playing on what field and what activities are going on, perhaps sponsorships or advertisements, those sorts of things. But that gets into the question as to whether or not we are interested in having digital signs in our community. Because in my opinion, we don't want to do something for ourselves that we're not going to allow others to do, and vice versa. So we had a pretty robust discussion on that, and I think we're going to continue to evaluate it. I know legal's taking a look at First Amendment implications on time, place, and manner, what you can say and what you can't say, and how you can regulate it and not regulate it. But that's, I think, a pretty big question that will come before the council long term if we're going to allow digital signs in West Des Moines, because today we don't. Another conversation we had was, around trash enclosures. It's kind of, interesting that I sit here and talk about trash enclosures, but it was a longer conversation this morning. And the question is, do we want to mandate or require people to use, I'll say, certain types of materials for these things? Do we want to require things that are going to have a useful life or a productive life of 100 years, 25 years, 10 years? And what are the costs associated with that? Are you going to allow a wood enclosure or require a masonry enclosure? And we heard today from the fire department that our existing guideline would cost the fire department an additional $60,000 to put in an enclosure. And so, I think we're within reason taking a look at what's appropriate. We certainly don't want things to be falling apart. But I think it's also important we have compliance in this community, whether it's mowing the grass in the summer, whether it's trimming the trees so it's overhanging the sidewalk, or it's because your trash enclosure is falling apart and you got to bring it into compliance. So again, it was a pretty robust discussion, but for the benefit of the group here, I think it's going to come to this council and say, are you going to require somebody to put in something that's going to last 100 years, or are you okay with 10 years? And we'll have to make that determination. So that's all I have at this time, Your Honor.
Great report. Thank you, Councilman McKinney. Councilwoman Hardman.
Thank you, Mayor. I, too, was at the meeting this morning with Councilman McKinney, and we did have robust discussion. And so I won't repeat what he said, but I did want to share one thing, though, as we talked about the kiosk in, really is what's starting this, is in the parks, and that we as a city have to really think through how people receive information. And I think what they have right now is a board that's up where papers are hanging, and it's protected by plexiglass and whatnot. And you wonder who's really looking at that. And so there's a lot of young families, young people that attend these parks and whatnot, and they like stuff digitally. I mean, that's the technology of today, and that's what they look at, that's what they read. So as we go about trying to make those kinds of decisions, we need to really keep all of that in mind as to how is our consumers or our constituents and our families and the folks that we serve, how are things evolving with the way in which they receive and information. So I'd like to just lift up a couple of things. Last Saturday was an event called I'll Make Me a World in Iowa, which is probably the largest African American celebration of culture that happens during Black History Month, and so well attended by hundreds and hundreds of folks. So the night before the actual celebration, which is all day Saturday from about 9 o'clock to almost 8:30 or so, they have a gala in which they honor and recognize folks that are making significant contributions. And that night, Audrey Kinnis was recognized as receiving one of the Legacy Awards by that organization, who has done this event for 20 or 25 years or so. So I'd like for us to have Audrey stand and be recognized for really receiving a Legacy Award and humbly sharing her admiration for what she does for the city and the support that she receives from leadership. And so, I was really pleased to happen to be in the audience and to hear that she's getting one of those awards. It really goes to the work that she does and the voice that she lends to the work that she does, but it also has such tangential phenomenal effects toward the city of West Des Moines. So her brand is our brand, and it's a positive one, so we'll take it. So congratulations, Audrey. And then I'd like to lift up the West Des Moines Chamber. Catherine is in the throes of kicking off a year-long celebration of this organization's centennial. And we all know that's a monumental milestone. And so she has gathered leaders that are willing to open up their homes to have folks that give toward the chamber, just an opportunity to relax and enjoy and talk. And so I think there was a whole group of us that were there. And it was the first one was hosted by Dan and Joni Houston. We all know who they are, but it is the chamber that put that on, that asked those individuals for their support, and I know they said yes. So Catherine, I want to thank your leadership team for a creative way to say thank you, a creative way to bring leaders together while we're celebrating the 100th. I think we captured some really, really good pictures. The mayor spoke very eloquently about all the great things that are going on in our city. It was an impressive list of things that were lifted up about what makes West Des Moines such a great city. And Catherine, you certainly spoke, and so did Dan. So, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing. And you too are part of our brand. And your brand is strong. And you're an influencer, Catherine. And so we're attaching ourselves to all of that as well. So anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you for your report. Awesome. Councilman Lotz.
Will, I'll be brief, but I do have 5 items this time, which is
Okay.
really a
Wow.
list for me.
You're making up for lost time.
I wanted to just talk a little bit about the budget meetings coming up that we're talking about. It seems like, every time we turn around, we're having to tighten our belt a little bit, figuring out how to do more with less. Some of the things that are happening at the legislature impacting us. Money seems to be getting more expensive all the time, although hopefully that'll change a little bit. But we have meetings coming up for the budget for the city. I am really thankful that the council and the mayor and the staff, we all manage this thing very, very prudently. And whenever there's a screw to be turned to try to tighten our belts, we do that. And that puts us in a really good spot compared to some other places. Number 2, I want to congratulate Catherine and the Chamber of Commerce on 100 years. I can't outdo Councilwoman Hardman, but thank you for inviting us to the event and having such a great event. The next thing is I want to congratulate Superintendent Adams on the youth justice thing tonight. I wish they wouldn't have all left because that was an impressive group, a really impressive group, and that is incredible. They were all so well spoken, and I just can't say enough about that. The third thing is this is also for Superintendent Adams. In the back here's a young man by the name of Eli Hummel. Eli, stand up. Eli inquired with me about doing a job shadow. He's a student at Dowling Catholic, and our esteemed engineering team, led by Brian Hemmestath, led him into an engineering job shadow for 2 hours a couple days ago. And one of the things that occurred to me as we were talking through this is not enough kids realize that there is great jobs right here in your own hometown working for your city. And you could be an engineer on the engineering team, you could be a police officer, you could be on the fire department, the ENFs, you could even be mayor someday. So thanks, Eli, for coming to the city and job shouting with Brian and the team, and that was fun. And then the last thing I'll have to say is, I've been here, but I've sort of been absent. I want to thank the council and the staff who came to my dad's wake 2 weeks ago. And you may have noticed I was dialing in a lot to these meetings. My father was sick. He passed away a couple weeks ago. So the thing that I thought when I walked up tonight was 2 things. I was very thankful for the city we have and the people we have and the ability to continue to serve from a distance. I was thankful for the people who came to my dad's wake and to pay their last respects. People ask me, why do you do this? It's like, it's kind of my blood. My dad did it too, right? My grandfather did it. So the last thing that I'll say is I was wondering if my pass would work tonight when I walked in, but it did. So thanks for welcoming me back. So that's the end of my report, Mayor.
Awesome. Thank you, Councilman Lotz. I'll just be quick. Couple things. First, I'm going to address the sign ordinance. So I got elected in 2009. 2010, we had a discussion on the sign ordinance and whether or not we were going to allow digital signs. And there were a couple people for and a couple of people against, and I was the deciding vote. And we didn't actually vote on it, but I was against that at the time. It's a difficult decision to make, but we've got a new council, a lot of different people sitting up here. I do think there are some things that you got to take into account, as you guys probably discussed. I mean, I would have been okay with allowing, the banks and the gas stations to do, maybe we could just do numbers, no letters. As the city attorney will tell you, you cannot regulate any of the content. So you can imagine what you can have on these digital signs, the different establishments that we have in West Des Moines. You could get a case of Pepsi for X amount of dollars. You could get this many tokens and all kinds of different things scrolling, and you could have videos, and if you don't watch it, maybe we could be Vegas. So you got to kind of balance the benefit of it with the aesthetics. Years ago, there was a news article on the city of Des Moines and all of their signs and all the clutter and everything that was going on, and it was quite a deal. So I'm interested to continue to have those discussions. I know that there are many people that are interested in digital signs, a lot of great things that we could do with those things, from Parks and Rec to individual businesses and parking stalls, how many parking spaces there are, like at the airport.
Yes.
Your idea. Great ideas that you can do with these digital signs, but there are negative things that come with those too. The other thing I want to say is just the robust discussions that occur in these subcommittees that we have. Development and planning, public safety, finance administration, public services, all the different subcommittees that we have. So much work is done in these subcommittee meetings, so much heavy lifting, so much vetting of the different issues, so that a lot of the kinks are ironed out before they even come to this dais. It's a great process that we have. A lot of work goes into it, a lot of time that you guys dedicate in these subcommittee meetings. And then I just want to say something that I said at the 100th year celebration at the Houston's House, and that is, we have an unbelievable team. We've got an incredible team of staff and council people up here that serve this city. And we've got an incredible team of the chamber and the chamber board and all of our businesses and our schools. And we are all working and rowing in the same direction to make this city the best city in America in which to live, work, play, and raise a family. And it makes a difference. I mean, we are cohesive as a unit, and we're pulling for one another, and we're building off of one another, and we're pushing each other to be better and better every day. And that is why we are having the success that we're having. We've got incredible leaders in the positions that they're in, and I'm just so grateful to be able to serve with all of you and to work with all of you to move this city forward as we work towards becoming the best city in America. So I pinch myself every day, and just to make sure I'm awake and not dreaming that I'm able to do this and serve with all of you guys. So thank you for all of you guys. Okay, with that, we are going to move on to item 4, the consent agenda. We are going to automatically poll items 4C6 and 4C9, as well as 4N. Are there any other items that any council person would like to have polled and voted on separately? Otherwise, I take a motion to move the remainder.
Motion to move.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Please vote.
Four yes.
Okay, item 4C6, Come and Go LC, doing business as Come and Go, number 665308, University Avenue, Class E retail, alcohol license renewal. Does somebody want to move this item?
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Three yes, one abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
Okay, item 4C9, West Grand Golf, Inc., doing business as West Grand Golf, 6450 Raccoon River Drive, Special Class C Retail Alcohol License with Outdoor Service Renewal. Does somebody want to move this item?
So move.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
3 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
Okay, and that brings us to, we have a lot of very important resolutions and proclamations, and I love just about every one of them that we do. But I particularly love this one. Item 4N is a proclamation for the West Des Moines Day of Kindness, being February 23rd, 2024. This came out of the chamber and out of the West Des Moines Leadership Academy. And you know what? We could all use more kindness in this world because we live in a world that is extremely divisive, where people may be having to follow the advice that their mom gave them. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So anything we can do to encourage more kindness, I'm really appreciative of that. Does somebody want to make a motion to approve the proclamation?
So move.
Second.
There's moved and seconded. I'm going to read, and then we will vote. Whereas it is the mission of the city to serve people honestly and effectively and through a variety of services, strive to provide the quality of life desired by the community. And whereas it is the mission of the chamber to champion all things West Des Moines by strengthening our area companies, providing personalized resources, and attracting a top workforce to position West Des Moines as the best suburban city in America. And whereas it is the vision of the West Des Moines Leadership Academy to positively influence the future of West Des Moines and the greater Des Moines community through strategic leadership, development, and workforce retention. And whereas the West Des Moines Leadership Academy would like to champion this day of kindness for years to come. And whereas putting smiles on faces of those who live, work, and play in West Des Moines should be something we all strive for. And whereas studies show that kindness benefits not only the receiver, but also the giver, whether these are companies or people. Companies that value kindness have lower turnover on their teams, lower recruitment cost, and higher productivity. And whereas a random act of kindness is giving your best self to others without requests of promise of return on investment, it's simply doing something nice for someone else without them asking and without you doing it for anything in return. And whereas the city of West Des Moines recognizes the benefits of having a kind and caring community, now therefore I, Russ Trimble, Mayor of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, do hereby proclaim February 23rd, 2024 as West Des Moines Day of Kindness in the city of West Des Moines and urge all citizens to celebrate West Des Moines Day of Kindness and support efforts to promote a spirit of kindness this day and every day. And I would just ask that on this Friday, February 23rd, that everybody perform a random act of kindness and post it on social media for everybody to see. With that, is there any discussion on the proclamation? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
4 yes.
And I would ask the West Des Moines members from the West Des Moines Chamber and the West Des Moines Leadership Academy to come down in front and let's get a photo.
Okay.
And perfect. While we're all walking up, continue to come up, but we are so excited. And I know from the outside looking in, it all stems from the leadership that we have. So thank you all, from the mayor to the city council to our West Des Moines Chamber. We wouldn't be the community we are today without everyone, I guess, without your guidance. So thank you all. And real quick, this Friday, we will have a kickoff at the West Des Moines Chamber offices. We're going to have free Hertz Donuts. And last year, we kicked it off with Socks of Love, which is actually going to be our West Des Moines Humane Society. So we're very excited to raise, last year we raised close to 1,000 pairs of socks. This year, I think we're going to top that. So please come join us this Friday from 8 to 9 a.m. at the West Des Moines Chamber. So thank you all.
And you want us to bring socks?
Yes, please bring a pair of socks. Any kind, all kinds matter. So please bring anything you have, but we're so excited to have you there.
Socks of Love was started by a West Des Moines Leadership Academy alum, too. Nick Grossman.
No shoes on. Yeah, exactly. I'm playing fast.
Okay, moving on to item 5, old business, item 5A, Grand Avenue Reconstruction Project, vacate 23,398 square feet of right-of-way of Grand Avenue, initiated by the City of West Des Moines. We have got an ordinance for approval, the second reading, waiver the third reading, and adoption of final form, and there are no outstanding issues. There are also no changes from the previous reading, which was adopted unanimously by the council at the last meeting with Lotes absent.
Motion to consider the second reading?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
4 yes, an ordinance vacating 23,398 square feet of right-of-way of Grand Avenue.
Motion to approve the second reading?
Second.
Please vote.
4 yes.
Motion to waive third reading and adopt in final form?
Second.
Please vote. Somehow didn't take. Move that for you.
4 yes.
Okay, item 5B is recodification of the city code. We've got an ordinance for approval, the second reading, waiver the third reading, adoption of final form. And again, there are no outstanding issues and no changes from the previous reading, which again was adopted unanimously with Lotes absent.
Motion to consider the second reading?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
4 yes, an ordinance adopting the city code of the City of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2024.
Motion to approve the second reading?
Second.
Please vote.
4 yes.
Motion to waive third reading and adopt in final form?
Second.
Please vote.
4 yes.
Okay, item 5C, we have it's a motion for approval of the traffic code amendment, no parking zones, Bishop Drive, 88th Street to 98th Street on the south side. We've got an ordinance for approval of the second reading, waiver the third reading, and adoption in final form. There were no changes from the previous reading, and again, this was adopted unanimously by the council at the last meeting with Lotes absent.
Move consideration of the second reading.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? I would just say I know this takes care of an issue that we heard from a business owner on, and I think they'll be very pleased by this as they were having a major issue. So
And I appreciate the city being responsive to that resident or that business owner's concerns. So
absolutely. Okay, please vote.
Okay, yeah.
4 yes, an ordinance amending the city code of the City of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2019 by amending provisions pertaining to the traffic code relating to official traffic controls.
Move approval of the second reading.
Second. Second.
Okay, please vote.
You guys are fast on the draw tonight.
We have a workshop
4 yes.
afterwards, Councilman Lotes.
And a session.
We don't mess around. Okay, somebody want to move approval of waiver?
Did you count the vote?
4 yes.
Oh, sorry.
Very good. Okay, let's move to waive the third reading, adopt in final form.
Second.
All right, please vote.
4 yes.
Okay, item 6, public hearings. Item 6A has been removed from the agenda.
No, that was 7A.
Oh, sorry.
6A is still on.
Okay, sorry about that. That,
You almost gave
just
somebody
kidding,
a heart attack.
just kidding. That's staying on the agenda. Okay, item 6A. This is time and place for a public hearing to consider Sugar Creek Improvements Phase 2, conveyance of permanent access, maintenance and conservation easement to Des Moines Metropolitan Wastewater Reclamation Authority, initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
February 13th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comment to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody from the audience would like to address the council on item 6A, please come to the podium, give us your name, address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody that would like to address the council on item 6A? Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. We've got a resolution for conveyance of permanent access, maintenance and conservation easement to Des Moines Metropolitan Wastewater Reclamation Authority, and there are no outstanding issues.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I will say it's on tomorrow's agenda for the WRA board meeting, so it'll go through.
Well, don't vote it down.
Not me.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
4 yes.
Okay, item 6B. This is the time and place for a public hearing to consider Valley View Park central grading and pickleball parking initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
February 2nd, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have received any written comment to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody from the audience who would like to address the council on item 6B, come to the podium, give us your name and address to the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6B? Okay, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse or MJ. I will declare the public hearing closed. We have a motion we have a motion to receive and file report of bids and a resolution to approve the contract. We can take both of these at the same time. Does somebody want to move approval?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
People love their pickleball courts.
Oh, no doubt about it. And we keep adding more and more
Very popular.
to meet the demand. Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Might need some signs to show where the courts are.
Digital signs? All right. Well, I don't have a vote anymore, so it might pass now. I don't know.
I couldn't help myself.
4 yes.
Okay, item 6C. This is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider 2023 sewer pipe rehabilitation initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
February 2nd, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comment to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience that would like to address the council on item 6C, please come to the podium, give us your name and address to the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody that would like to address the council on item 6C? A lot of silence. Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. We've got 2 resolutions and a motion, which we can take at the same time, and there are no outstanding issues.
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I just say it's great to see this come in as compared to what the estimate was. You know, the bid coming in, I don't know, $150,000 below the estimate. It's fantastic to see, especially with all the additional costs we've seen in recent bids.
No doubt. Okay, any other discussion? Okay, please vote.
Four yes.
Okay, item 7, new business, item 7A, Cross Creek, 2475 Southeast First Street, approve a preliminary plat to create, oh, now I'm really screwing myself up. Item 7A has been removed. We'll move on to item 7B. Item 7B, Microsoft DSM 16, 1475 Southeast Moffett Lake Road, approve major modification to the site plan to allow construction of a data center building, Microsoft Corporation. We've got a resolution for approval of a major modification of the site plan. There are no outstanding issues, but there are a few conditions of approval, including allowing shrubs instead of trees in the landscape islands in the parking lot and gravel around industrial buildings. The trees that would have been in the landscape islands in the parking lot will, however, be planted elsewhere on the site. This was approved unanimously by both P&Z and Development and Planning.
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Before we have any discussion, is there anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council on this item? Okay, any discussion from the council? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Four yes.
Okay, item 7C, Microsoft DSM 17, 1475 Southeast Moffett Lake Road, approve major modification of site plan to allow construction of a data center building, Microsoft Corporation. We've once again got a resolution for approval of major modification of the site plan. There are no outstanding issues, but again, there are a few conditions of approval, the same ones that we had last time. And this was also approved unanimously by both P&Z and Development and Planning.
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion from anybody in the audience or online? Hit *6 if you'd like to discuss this item, item 7C. Okay, seeing and hearing no one, any discussion on the dais here?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. And I'd say, this item and the last item, they come to us, and we're, in my opinion, fortunate to have these sorts of developments continue to occur in our community. As I think about each of these developments and talk with, previously Clyde and talk with Ryan today, what these developments do, while they just come here and we can approve it quickly, what they're able to do for our school system, the amount of revenues that are generated that help, fund activities at schools, what they're doing for the counties, what they're doing for the city. You can talk about game changing. I think it is game changing, and we're fortunate to have these sorts of things, and they continue to happen here because of all the things you talked about earlier, Mayor, in terms of the teamwork that happens here, the great work that staff is doing, the work that council and everybody's doing, but. I can tell you, if you were to look at a lot of the other metro communities and they had something like this, they would be, they look at it, yeah, they'd be ecstatic. And so here we have this come regularly, and we can't, what I'm trying to say is you just don't want to let these sorts of things go unnoticed. It's a testament to all the good things that are happening in the community. So that's all. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, and to that point, looking at some of the data that we have here, Microsoft has been estimated to provide nearly 400 jobs in the community to help operate and service the data centers. They've contributed thousands of construction jobs and likely even caused workers in the licensed trades to move to the community due to the steady, reliable work. I've heard it's difficult to find electricians for people because there's so many electricians working at the Microsoft data centers. They've contributed over $2 billion in assessed valuation to the city, making the city of West Des Moines having the third highest taxable valuation of all cities in Iowa, despite us being the seventh largest in population. As you said, the TIF has allowed us to construct nearly $200 million in public improvements, which have opened up hundreds and hundreds of acres of additional development for the city. And they paid for the city's most recent water tower and are willing to partner with us on helping to solve the water system challenges that we have in having these data centers here. They've also partnered with the local community college, DMAC, for job training in the IT sector. And the facilities are 100% powered with renewable energy. In addition, they've contributed to nonprofits in the community. They helped fund the Jamie Hurd Amphitheater with a contribution, I think, of around $1 million. So it is unbelievable to be able to have Microsoft here in our community. And you guys have heard me say this, and I'll never get tired of saying it, but just one of our Microsoft data centers, I think it's Osmium, has a taxable valuation greater than the entire city of Windsor Heights. We've got Ginger East and Ginger West going on right now with our 6th data center, Ruthenium, we just announced. Ginger East and Ginger West has 6 phases each. Each one of those phases has a taxable valuation of $318 million. So that's pretty significant, helping to expand our tax base and keep property taxes down for all of the residents that are here. And the 400 high-quality jobs that they have are extremely important. We really appreciate those jobs, but so too is the property tax valuation that they bring. That's as important, if not more important, to our community. Has made a huge, huge difference. So thank you for pointing that out. Appreciate it. Okay, with that, please vote.
4 yes.
Sorry, I had to do it.
I'm so glad you did.
Okay, moving on. Item 8, receive, file, and/or refer. We have nothing to receive, file, or refer. Item 9, other matters. Are there any other matters that any council person would like to raise at this point in time? Okay, hearing nothing, I do have one that I will mention. Sorry, I'm long-winded tonight. In addition to this Friday being the Day of Kindness, I will also be here with U.S. Senator Joni Ernst, and Senator Ernst will be presenting the Carnegie Medal to the Morris sisters. So those are the sisters that saved the individuals that were drowning in the pond and that we've honored once before. At 4:30 in the council chambers, Senator Ernst will be here. And this Friday, the 23rd. So I will do brief introductions at 4:30. Senator Ernst will speak and present the Carnegie Medal to the Morris sisters, which is one of the highest honors you can receive. And then at 4:45, we will all, for everybody here, we will take a group photo. So I'd love to have you all in attendance. I'd love to have any of our first responders in attendance as well on Friday. Okay, and with that, we are going to adjourn. We are going to adjourn into an executive session up in the boardroom. And then after the executive session, we will reconvene for a workshop down here in the chamber.